Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you how you use your memory function on your Bernina 790. It is very easy and very quick to do on these machines, which is wonderful. So on your front screen you have got a little plus button here, so you touch that and that's called Combi Mode. So now I am able to put more than one pattern in on my machine. So the first thing I want to do is I want to find a pretty pattern. You can look it up in your book, or you can touch your folder here, which will show you the different folders of your designs. So I'm going to scroll through and I know that on these ones here, the kite, that there are some cute little designs. So if I want to see all my designs, you simply touch the little arrow and it will make the designs easier for you to see, so nice and big, and you can scroll along and see the last one. So don't forget the last one, which is, I'm not sure, some sort of animal. So all of these designs here I can pick up anything I like. I might do the scissors, so I'm going to bring up the scissors, and on this machine it starts showing you what you've done across the top. So now I'm going to go to alphabet and I'm going to pick up an alphabet. And I'm going to scroll along here because I want to put a space in. So I'm going to find my space. Then I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to write the word Bernina. And you can have it uppercase or upper and lowercase. So I'll go to lowercase. B-E-R-N-I-N-A, just in case you've forgotten. Then I'm going to go and get a space. And then I'm going to go back and find my scissor. Now, one trick for young players, write down the number because you might forget. So if I come along here, I've got to look for it. But if I looked up the number and I knew, I could just come here to 0 to 9 and go 9, 4, 7, tick. And there's the scissors. Now, the beauty about doing this particular one is I don't have to mirror image it or anything. But I'm going to put in another design to show you how I can mirror image. So I'm going to go out of there and I'm going to go into here and I'm going to choose another design, the thread. So I've put the scissors and then the needle and thread on the end. Now at the opposite end I'd like to put a needle and thread as well. So wherever the cursor is where I can sit another design in. So I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning and I'm going to find my needle and thread and I'm going to leave that way. Then I'm going to go to the alphabet and I'm going to put in a space. So I put the space in the wrong place. Delete. Put the cursor where you want the space. So the cursor must be on the right hand side of the needle and thread for the space. Needle and thread, space, scissor, space, Bernina. And I need to do the same at the other end. So I've got a space, I've got scissor, and I need to put a space in. And then I've got the needle and thread. But the needle and thread's facing the wrong way. So I want to mirror image it. So close this down, go to I, and flip your thread over. Oops, wrong one. Flip your thread over so that the spool is facing this way. So if I want to have a look at that, touch this button and you can see that the spool is on the left hand side and the needle is on the right. So scroll back and check that you've got the other one the same. Perfect. So when you're happy, you can just come to here and you can go to I. Now at the moment it's going to show just that design there. So I go to I select it all. So my whole design now is blue and I ask it to sew it once. So it's going to sew my whole design perfectly. You've got pattern begin and you've got pattern end, but you don't need to worry because it's already where I want it. So now, oh, and I must tell the machine that I've got foot number 20 on. So it's showing 1C and I'm going to tell it that I've got foot 20 C. There we are. And I've put my quilting guide on, and that's just screwed into the back here, and I can lay this down and run that along the edge. I'll just move it a little bit. And I can just push the button and I can slow it down. So it's doing my needle and thread, my scissors, writing the word Bernina, and you can see on the screen what it's doing. And the scissors and the spool and thread. And that was a fluke that it's just going to fit into that gap, because I would have just repeated it. Isn't that clever? So then I can just cut it with the scissors, and I've got my, oh, I left out an A. Can you see? I've done Bernina and not an A. The brilliant thing about this is I can go back and do it. So watch this, clever. So I go along and I find, that was not done deliberately, I find where the N is, I go to lowercase and I put in my A, and then this time I'll check it. So close out of there. This button will take you back to the pattern begin. This button here will let you, I'll turn that off, select it all, and then it will do a single pattern. Okay, let me just double check I've done that, and single pattern. Yes, I'm ready to go. So see how it's all highlighted? So now I will do that again, and I'll cut that one off. So I'll just put this up here, and I'll move, oh no, that can sit on the top of that, and I'll be able to trim it off because I've still got enough depth. So we'll start that again. Oh, I pushed my foot, I can just push this. There we go. So now hopefully I've written the word right. Brilliant that you can do that though, it's just so clever. So it's very, very good that you can check it. May not all fit in this time though. So you're really only the guider for this machine, does it all by itself. Not going to quite fit in, but that's okay. Perfect. Okay. Now, what do you do if you'd like to clear that? You've got a clear button here. That will clear single pattern. And this button here, when you take that off, remember only one is highlighting. So if I would like to delete all of this, I click it so that everything's highlighted and I push delete, and it will delete it all together. If you don't do that, it will delete it in one highlight, delete, thank you, push delete. Okay, now I've got nothing in my memory. So let's go out and I'll show you once more. Memory off. So this is single mode. That means that when I push a pattern on, I'll get a row of patterns. Combi mode means I can join a combination of stitches together. So this time I'm going to choose another design. I'll choose one from here. Put it out nice and big so I can see. What would I like? I'd like that flower. And I'm going to put in 2 of those flowers. The reason why I'm doing that, because I'm going to mirror image one straight away. So I've chosen the 2 flowers so I don't have to remember them now. And the bottom one that's highlighted, I'm going to mirror image. So I'm going to push this button and I'm going to flip it over. Okay, so if I go in and have a look, I'll push my alphabet because I'm going to do that next. If I go in and have a look, I've got my 2 flowers in there. So I push this button so that my cursor is behind the first flower. I go here and put in a space, and I'll be really original and write flower, and I'll leave it in uppercase to show you this time, and a space. So you can scroll back here to have a look what you've written. Flower, space, Flower space and a flower. I'm going to put another space in because I know that that will go longer, because then it will continue it and continue it and continue it. Close out of here, push I for information, push select so the whole group of those will be selected, and push single pattern, and away you go. So now I'm going to go onto here, and I'm going to run this along the top here, and I'm going to start, and you can see it's gone back to the pattern begin, and I just push the button. Close out of there. Right. There we go. And let the machine do all the work. It's a very pretty pattern. Don't you love the way the machine goes at the speed that suits that? Even if I go up high, it'll still go at the same speed. Very clever. Once again, it might just fit in. Pretty good. And I can actually push pattern in because I can see it's going to fit in only just. Oh, that's close. Perfect. And cut. So there we are. So that's what the uppercase looks like, and this is the upper and lower case. Okay, so that is how you do it. So I'm going to show you once more how to delete all of that. So when I go into here, it's showing everything up there. If I wanted to, I could scroll along and delete just that one flower and add a different flower. I could go into here, go up to here, and I could add one of those. So you can do anything you like. I could then scroll along this way. Wherever the cursor is, add another flower in behind there. So whatever you want to do, you can do. So when you're happy with it or you want to delete it, go I. It's all selected here. So remember, clear that. Select that one, and it's all selected, and trash it. It will come up and show you the design, and you tick yes, I'd like to cancel it all out. Okay, and then to turn the combi mode off, you just push the button, and that is how you use the combi mode. So it's very clear and very easy. Okay, so now I'm going to go from the 790 to the 770 and show you how to use the combi mode on that. So I'm just going to scoot along here, and now I'm on the 770. Quite handy having all these lovely machines. So this one you've got a smaller screen, but you've got the same button, combi mode, just here and here. Okay, very, very simple. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to look for a design, and I'll pick up little turtle. I'm going to make that screen bigger so I can see it, and you have the same system along here. So I'm going to bring up the alphabet, choose my alphabet, and this time I'm going to scroll to look for my space. There it is. It's after the 0. So there's my space. I'm going to scroll back up so it's a little bit different, and I'll be really original and write turtle. So original. I'm going to scroll back down and find my space, and then I'm going to go and look for my turtle. Now remember, I should have written down the number. There he is. So this turtle is facing away, so I'm going to scroll back. Going to highlight that turtle. I'm going to go I, and I'm going to flip him up the other way. So he's facing that way and the other one's facing the other way. Okay? So now I'm going to touch that arrow, and I'm going to have a look and make sure I've spelt it right, because as you know, I've been spelling things wrong. So I've got a turtle, I've got a space, I've got T-U-R-T-L-E space turtle. Happy. Right. close that down, go I for information, select everything, and single pattern. It's exactly the same. Okay, so now I'll just use these guides on here and hold this down. Oops, and I will rethread it because my needle's not threaded. So that was clever, I should have checked that. Best thing about this, I just touch that and it takes you back to pattern begin. Okay, now what you do, I actually clear all of this off to make sure I haven't done anything wrong. Re-thread it. Oh. Hold that a bit tighter. I was holding it a little bit too loose. Put my foot up and pull my thread just so make sure I've got everything in the right spot to start. Okay, so again, that's all highlighted and single pattern. Okay, and I'm just going to put the foot down and use my start stop button. Oh, no, I'm not. Because look what's happened. I should check the machine before I do it because I've got a broken needle. So I should have, when that needle was unthreaded, seen why it was unthreaded. So you need your little needle threader, your little screwdriver. And you can guarantee that it won't be in here, but guess what it is? It's a miracle. So undo your screw here. Undo your needle and then make sure you find your other piece of needle before you carry on, because there is nothing worse than not being able to find it. Put that away. Now if that happens, it's actually a really good thing. Undo this and take this out. Take your bobbin out. Check your bobbin, make sure it's all fine. Oh, somebody's been embroidering, that's why, and I've got embroidery thread as well, so we'll leave that and that's fine. Pop that back in, and we're just going to make sure that nothing is untoward there. Oops. Obviously getting late in the day, I need to thread that. Pop that in, cut my thread, and I'm going to cut this and re-thread it. So I'll just grab some needles. See, even I can do this as well, so always check your machines before, always check your tools before you start. Right, we are in business. So I'm going to cut my thread. Oh, cut my thread. Cut my thread. Oh, look at that, I couldn't even pull it the right way. And I'm going to put in probably an 80 needle because I'm going through Timtex. So pop your needle up, make sure it's up to the highest position, and do not over tighten the screw. Just very, very lightly. Rethread your machine. Ah, I can see exactly what's happened. Somebody's pushed this on so tight that there is no way that thread can move easily. So always make sure that this is nice and loose. Do not have it. It was like that. I couldn't loosen it. So somebody had very generously pushed that very, very tight today. So have that nice and loose. So this is good when these things happen because you can see how easy it is to just fix them. Okay, through there. And then thread your needle and put your foot up and then bring your thread back to front. Close that out. There we are. Now where are we at? We have got our pattern selected, and what else have we got? Is that it? We must have single pattern already on. Oh, I know what. Pattern begin. Okay, we need pattern begin. So let's have take two. We'll go this end. That sounds better, isn't it amazing? And you can speed it up. So it's doing the turtle. and the space and writing the word turtle, and I don't think it's going to fit in because he's rather big. So I don't think we need a space, so that's good to know. I'll show you how to take it out. I'm going to push pattern end. Oh no, he's good, he actually fitted in. But I think I may have put 2 spaces in. Let's have a look. No, but I've sewn very crooked. So no, I think he's okay. So he's got a turtle. He's got quite a long space, so I might take it out. Turtle and a space. So let's take it out and see what we get. So how do we do that? Come out of here, push that button, and here we're going to take this out. So highlight it and delete. Scroll to the end, highlight and delete. Right, let's do it now. And let's see if I can sew straight. I'll go in the middle. Oh, go out of here. Go I, pattern begin. 1, we're all good to go. So this time I'm going to try and sew straight by watching this left-hand side. So it shows you I need quilting guides. And cut. So this one's got a lock off set and cut when you push the scissor. Oh, that's much better. So it doesn't need us extra space because it already does a really lovely space. Oh, I forgot to turn my turtle. So what do I do? Right, we're going to turn our turtle. So close this out, open this up, go to the last turtle. There he is there. There he is, and we're going to mirror image him. Perfect. Right. So now we're going to pattern begin. We've got that on. We've got single pattern. Right. Let's try again. This is the last one. So pattern begin, and our turtles are going to face each other. It's so much fun. So you can write name badges, you can write quilt labels, whatever you like. But you can personalise it with the gorgeous designs on your machine. That's cute. All right. So it's not hard to do. So when I want to delete this, remember I just select it all and push delete. Select it all, clear that, go back, start again, select it all, so the whole lot is selected and delete. And it shows it and you go yes. So everything's now gone from Combi Mode. And to get back to normal sewing, you just touch that. And now when I do a row of stitches, here, here, a row of stitches, I'm just going to get a row of hearts because I'm not on Combi Mode. So people get a little bit confused by this because they forget that they've turned Combi Mode off, and then they go, well, why have I got a row of hearts or a row of letters? It's because pattern end, you need to have Combi Mode on before it works, and you can clearly see the screen's different. All right, so I hope that's a tiny little bit of insight into your Combi Mode on your 7 series. Your book is very, very clear on how to do this, but I hope that that will help you and get you started on using your Combi Mode. So I will see you again with some more fun on the 7 series Berninas. Thank you.